Welcome to the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast. Get ready for a wild ride as we journey into the extraordinary lives of teen heroes and underdog outcasts, straight from the world of flash fiction.
That's right. Today, we're strapping in and diving deep into two super captivating flash fiction stories all about these young protectors, right? These kids who just happen to wield incredible powers that are like totally connected to their environment.
You guys send us some seriously awesome flash fiction stories, and let me tell you, we've extracted the core of their adventures for you, just like the heart-pumping essence of their epic journeys.
It's going to be an action-packed ride, folks.
Our mission today, it's simple, really. We're going to figure out how these seemingly ordinary kids transform into these amazing guardians of their homes. We're talking facing down natural disasters, greedy villains, you name it all, with courage and a whole lot of ingenuity.
We're going to break down their powers, the challenges they face, and what makes their stories so darn compelling.
Okay, so first up, we're going to jump into the flash fiction story titled Crystal Keepers. Right from the get-go, we're on this isolated island community, and you can, feel their vulnerability.
Oh, absolutely.
They just lost their elders in a huge storm, and bam, another one's rolling in, even bigger and better than the last. Then we meet our main characters, Iona, Kai, and Maya. What, immediately grabbed you about this setup?
Well, what's so fascinating right off the bat is this feeling of a community that's already reeling from loss, and then, wham, they're hit with this even greater threat. These young kids, Iona, Kai, Maya, they're suddenly thrust into these roles that, normally their elders with all their wisdom and experience would handle.
Yeah, for sure.
It just makes you think about how much strength people can find, and they absolutely have to. There's no other choice.
Totally. And it seems like the only things these kids have going for them are these enchanted crystals they inherited. So tell me more about the source of their power, how the flash fiction story explains it.
Okay, so the story reveals that these crystals are super tied into their heritage, their heirlooms, passed down from generation to generation. But here's where it gets really interesting. They're not initially seen as weapons. Not at all.
Interesting.
Instead, they represent this deep fundamental connection to the very essence of the island. So we've got Iona connected to the wind, Kai to the earth, and Maya to the water.
Wow, that's cool.
It totally speaks to this profound relationship between the islanders and their environment, almost like their identities are completely interwoven with these elements and the crystals are the link. What do you think about that connection?
It's like they're not just living on the island, they are a part of it.
Exactly.
But then boom, the storm slams into the island, and these kids, they've got to figure out how to use these ancestral treasures to actually defend their home. So let's break down how each of them rises to the challenge, based on what we read in the flash fiction story you gave us.
Yeah. All right, so as the storm rages on, we see each character instinctively almost tapping into their crystal's power. It's just second nature to them. Iona, her connection to the wind, it manifests as this swirling whirlwind, and it acts like a shield against the torrential rain. But it's not just some random wind gust, oh no. It's this focused, almost deliberate defense, showing an innate understanding of her crystal's power. What did you picture when you read that?
I don't know. I just imagined her reacting in the moment. She doesn't have time to learn. She just does. This power, it's just welling up from inside her.
That's it.
And what about Kai? What happens with his connection to the earth when the storm hits?
Oh, man, Kai is awesome. His crystal lets him actually manipulate the ground, the earth itself. So as these crazy tremors start rocking the island, he uses his power to create protective walls around the entire village. It's like a display of pure, grounded resilience, a literal barrier against the earth shaking itself apart. I think it speaks to a deep desire for stability, right in the middle of all this chaos. What stood out to you about his response?
I think it was just how practical it was.
Yeah.
A very direct solution to a very immediate threat, no messing around.
Yeah, totally.
What about Maya? With her connection to water, her crystal, the flash fiction story describes her approach as totally unique.
Oh, Maya's approach is super clever. She uses this underwater light from her crystal, right? And she creates these focused currents deep beneath the surface. It's like she's conducting an underwater symphony.
Awesome.
And this does two things. First, it subtly diverts the worst parts of the storm away from the island. And second, and this is super important, sends these shimmering warnings to the fishing boats that got caught out at sea.
Oh, wow. So she's helping them too.
Guiding them back to safety through those crazy waves. It's not about brute force with Maya. It's more about finesse and awareness of her environment.
It's a different kind of strength.
Totally. It's like they're all learning on the fly, right? Unlocking the potential of these heirlooms under incredible pressure.
Absolutely.
But like we saw in your flash fiction story, the storm isn't their only problem.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Just when they think they've weathered the worst of it, a ship pops up on the horizon.
Not good.
Definitely not good. This is where that classic conflict comes in, the human element. As you wrote in the story, this ship, it's drawn by rumors of the crystal's power. And ironically, the storm might have actually revealed something unique about the island, making them a target for, well, greed.
It's kind of like the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
You just know something else is coming.
It really highlights their vulnerability. They're not just facing the forces of nature, but the, well, sometimes more dangerous forces of human greed. What was your first thought when that ship showed up?
Man, I felt for those kids. They just went through this crazy ordeal, and now, bam, they have to deal with a whole new kind of danger.
It's relentless.
So these kids who were just trying to protect their home from a storm, now they've got to defend it from these, treasure hunters.
Yeah.
How do their powers shift in the flash fiction story, going from defense to offense?
This is where things get super interesting. This is the moment they really start to understand their crystals and themselves. Iona, remember her whirlwind? It was like a shield before, now it's a weapon. She uses it to lash out at the ship, ripping at the sails and the masts. It's like she's disabling it from a distance. What'd you think about that change in tactics?
I mean, it's pretty ingenious.
Right.
They're not just reacting anymore, they're taking charge.
Exactly.
And Kai, with his earth powers,
Yeah.
and Maya controlling the water, your flash fiction story had some creative uses for their abilities, too.
Oh, absolutely. Kai, instead of building walls, he starts manipulating the ground, creating these, shifting sand pits. Think quicksand, but way more strategic. It throws the treasure hunters off balance, slows them down, and makes it super hard for them to advance. And Maya, she kicks things up a notch, too. She doesn't just divert the currents anymore.
Uh-oh.
Oh is right. She uses her powers to create these powerful, sudden currents that slam into the ship, throwing it off course. And then she starts using debris, like logs and stuff, to tangle the rudder.
Wow. It's like going from defense to a full-on counterattack.
It is. And the cool thing is, they're learning all this in the heat of the moment. It shows how quickly they adapt, how connected they are to the island, and how resourceful they can be.
Totally. But after they manage to fight off the treasure hunters, there's this big moment of reflection for Iona in the flash fiction story. What's the significance of that?
That's where she realizes that her crystal, it's not just a source of power, it's like this profound connection to the essence of the island itself.
I see.
It's not a tool, it's an extension of her and of her home. And this changes everything. They're not just individuals with powers, they're now and forever will be the protectors of the island.
Wow. That's a big responsibility.
It is. So what do you think is the most important message, the thematic takeaway from Crystal Keepers?
I think it's that home or a place isn't just this passive thing. It's something you got to actively protect, be a guardian for.
I like that. It's about the interconnectedness of it all. Their power comes from the island, and they have a responsibility to protect it. And as your story hints at, this is only the beginning. Meaning there will be more challenges, more threats, both natural and from greedy humans.
I can't wait to see what they do next.
Me either.
Okay, so we've explored Crystal Keepers, and now we're going to jump into our second flash fiction story, The Luminous League. This one's different.
Very different.
Instead of a physical storm, we've got this unnatural fog, and it's filled with despair. It's blanketing an entire town. What was your first reaction to this new kind of threat?
It was just so unsettling, so creepy. This isn't a storm you can punch or, outsmart. It's an emotion, it's psychological. And then we meet this new trio, Aya, Ben, and Mina.
The Luminous League.
Yes. And instead of crystals, they have these magical lanterns.
It's a totally different vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can fight a storm, but how do you fight despair?
Exactly. It's a great question. And the flash fiction story you sent, it lays out these amazing details about their lanterns, how they each manipulate light in their own way.
Totally. Like, how do they work?
Well, Aya's lantern, it shoots out this focused beam of light, but it's not just for seeing. It's like it cuts through the gloom itself.
Wow.
Like it's clearing a path. And Ben's lantern, get this, it emits this gentle, pulsing light that mimics a heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
It's meant to draw people in, give them a sense of comfort and connection.
And Mina's?
Oh, Mina's is the coolest. Her lantern casts a net of shimmering light that captures memories.
Wow, that's incredible. Like actual memories.
Actual memories. It's wild.
Totally wild. Okay, so they've got these awesome, unique lanterns. How do they use them to fight this fog of despair, according to your flash fiction story?
So each member of the Luminous League, they tackle the fog in their own way, using their lantern's special powers. Aya, she becomes the leader, using her focused light to literally cut a path through the despair.
Like a beacon.
Exactly. She's giving people a way out, a direction to follow. What did you think of her style?
I think it was necessary. Someone's got to take charge when everyone else is lost.
Absolutely. And then there's Ben. His approach is like all heart.
Yeah, the flash fiction story has this really touching scene with him.
Oh, yeah, with the person huddled against the wall, lost in the fog. So Ben, he goes up to them, places his hand near theirs. In his lantern's pulse, it starts to echo the person's own heartbeat.
Man, that's powerful stuff.
It is. And just like that, the person starts to come back to themselves.
It shows that even in the darkest times, a little bit of connection can make a huge difference.
Totally. It's about reminding people that they're alive, that they're human.
And what about Mina? What does she do with her memory-catching light?
Mina's role is so important. She uses her net to capture happy memories, good times, and then she releases them back into the fog.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Right. And the story gives this beautiful example of a woman who's drawn to this memory of her child laughing. It's a reminder of joy, of better times.
It's like she's giving people hope, reminding them that good things existed and can exist again.
Exactly. It's not about erasing the bad. It's about holding on to the good.
I love that. So, based on the flash fiction story, it sounds like their individual efforts start to have a ripple effect across the whole town.
Totally. There's this amazing scene in the town square.
Okay, tell me about it.
So, Aya, she's guiding people with her light, right?
Yeah.
And when they reach the town square, they see all these other people who have, lit their own candles and lanterns.
They join the fight.
Yes! And together, their little lights start to push back the fog, even just a little bit. It's this incredible visual of hope conquering despair. What'd you think of that?
Oh, man. That's like chills. It's so inspiring. It shows that, we're stronger together.
Definitely. And it's not just about physical light. It's about the light within each of us.
Yeah, I get that.
And Aya, she has this realization, right? She figures out that the true power doesn't come from her lantern.
Oh, interesting. Where does it come from then?
It comes from within. It comes from her belief, her will, her unwavering hope. The lantern's just a tool, The real power is inside her and inside everyone.
Man, that's deep.
It is. And it's a powerful message.
So, in the Luminous League, the victory isn't this big, action-packed fight like in Crystal Keepers. It's something quieter, more internal.
Yeah.
What's the main message, the thematic takeaway here?
I think the main message is that victory can take many forms. Sometimes it's not about defeating a villain, but about reclaiming hope,
Yeah.
About rediscovering the good.
Yeah, I get that.
The Luminous League, they bring something special to the fight. They bring the light of hope, the power of memory. And their battle against the fog, it might not be over, but they've achieved something really important. They've reminded people of their own strength, their own inner light.
It's like both of these flash fiction stories you shared, they have this common theme, right?
Totally.
It's all about these young people stepping up, facing incredible challenges, and using their unique powers that come from their environment, to protect what they love.
Absolutely.
It makes you think, about the potential we all have inside us.
Yeah.
What really resonates with you from these stories?
Oh, man, so many things. I love how creative they are with their powers, how they adapt and learn, and also their resilience, their determination. It's inspiring to see these young people facing their fears and fighting for what they believe in. What about you?
It definitely gets you thinking about the challenges we all face, our own storms and our own fogs. And it makes you wonder, what are our crystals and lanterns? What hidden strengths do we have that we haven't tapped into yet?
Exactly. Maybe our crystals are our passions, our talents, the things that make us unique. And maybe our lanterns are our connections to others, our communities, our support systems.
That's a great way to put it. So for all you listeners out there, think about that. What are your crystals? What are your lanterns? And how can you use them to overcome challenges and bring more light into your own world?
These flash fiction stories remind us that we all have the potential to be heroes in our own way.
Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for taking this epic journey with the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast. We hope these wild tales of teen heroes have ignited your imaginations and left you feeling empowered. Don't forget to rate and follow the show for more captivating stories from the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast.